If you do more for others than anybody else does in the marketplace, you'll build a brand. Every day of our lives, we live in a world that is incredibly complex. And you have to remember, we all have a 2-million-year-old brain. And it's not designed to make you happy, it's designed to make you survive. So it's always looking for what's wrong. So why would we allow this to be? Because it's just a bad habit. And so we need a daily practice. And so I want to show you how I do this for me, and I want you to create your own system based on it. This mind serves me. I don't negotiate with it. Remember I told you? I don't say, well, I'll do this. Well, maybe we could do it. Maybe we'll jump in the water now. It's like, it knows I'm not here to negotiate. When I say it, we do it. That's what we want to train ourselves to do today. Whenever you want to make a change or improve something, the first place you want to improve it is in your mental, emotional state. If you do something from a pissed off state, from an exhausted state, from a frustrated state, from a weak state, it won't matter what you do. The thoughts are weak when you're in a weak place. The actions are weak. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you a simple breathing pattern. And the breathing pattern, if you're familiar with yoga, it's like breath of fire. It's similar to breath of fire.
When you're struggling in your path to success, you need to make sure that you are aware of what all the good things that have been going on in your life truly are. Because when you're down at the dumps, nothing hurts more than thinking about how bad the situation is, how sucky it is, and how bad it feels to be put in that situation in which is tough for you. So what you need to do is make sure that you understand all the great things that have actually happened throughout your life, and look back and reflect and realize all the great things and how they've happened and what they are, and enjoy those moments while they're happening. But also, when you're down in the dumps and you're going through tough times, you need to figure out a way to build yourself back up so you can experience more of those good times and more of those high moments in your life. So you need to make sure that you're focused on those good and positive times in your life and build up to those times. And always be looking towards the next best thing. Always find something to keep pushing you, keep motivating you, because when you're struggling and then you're stuck in a sense of complacency, that's going to be incredibly challenging when you think you've reached the top and you're struggling. And there's nothing you can do to get any further, because there's always something that you can do to improve yourself in your situation, no matter how good or how bad you are. So you should make sure that you're constantly trying to be better than you were the day before, and strive to improve on any aspect of your life that you think should be improved upon. Even the ones that you think are incredibly good, you can improve upon those as well.
This could be the greatest time you ever live if you control what you focus on, if you find a more empowering meaning, and if you decide to model the actions of those who succeeded before you. It can be the best financial time, the best emotional time, the best spiritual time of your life, but you better take control of your state. And if you think you're going to do it just by today, you're wrong. You're going to need to get yourself some rituals. Right now, every one of you in this room is controlled by your rituals. I don't just mean this one, I mean every morning you get up. I know your body, I can look at your body right now, and I can guess your rituals. Some of you, your rituals to work out 5 times a week, I can see it clearly. 4 to 6 times a week, it's obvious. Because you couldn't look like that if you didn't do that. Some form of workout. I don't care if it's walking, lifting, whatever. Some of you, it's obvious that lifting weights is part of it. You can see by that man's muscles. I know what his rituals are, because your life comes from your rituals. And if you don't develop the ritual, you're kidding yourself. How many agree with me on this? Raise your hand, say I. And there are rituals that put you in state, and there are rituals that take you out of state. You have rituals in your relationship, you have rituals with your body, you have rituals around your finances, and the rituals that worked in the reaping time of fall in the markets and in business and in real estate, those rituals won't work now. I developed this little system, and the system is really simple, and I tell people now, as I say, number one, every single day, you got to feed and strengthen your mind. Until you do that, you're always going to be in fear, because fear is automatic. The human brain is designed for survival. It's not designed for success. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. That's your job. Right. And the only way you're going to do it is if you feed your mind, because otherwise, weeds grow automatically. My coach, your mentor, Jim Rohn, used to tell me, so Tony, every day you got to stand guard at the door of your mind. Watch what's going in, because if you're not careful, stuff will go in. And he said, not all the times it's somebody who cares about you. He said, if your worst enemy puts sugar in your coffee, he said, what happens? I said, you got sweet coffee. He goes, what if your best friend by accident, or your family, don't mean to, they drop 1 drop of strychnine in your coffee, you're dead. He said, so life, sugar, and strychnine, and watch your coffee. So every day I decided, I'm old enough, honestly, there was no internet those days. I'm pretty ancient. I used to go to the library because it's the only place you go. And I'd read biographies, I'd read people's lives, and it'd make me go, wait a second, as bad as I think it is, the greatest people in the world had it worse. So there's something here. So you feed your mind. Jim Rohn used to say to me, skip a meal, but don't skip reading.
You got in it and you did it so often that it became real. And the bottom line of why I'm here, besides being a crazy mofo, is that I'm really in a position, I'm not here to motivate you, obviously, you don't need that. And a lot of times that's what people think I do, and it's the furthest thing from it. What happens though is people say to me, well, I don't need any motivation. And I say, well, that's interesting, that's not what I do. I'm the why guy. I don't know why you do what you do. What is your motive for action? What is it that drives you in your life today, not 10 years ago, or are you running the same pattern? Because I believe that the invisible force of internal drive activated is the most important thing in the world. I'm here because I believe emotion is the force of life. All of us here have great minds. You know, most of us here have great minds. I don't know if I'm in the category, but we all know how to think. And with our minds, we can rationalize anything. We can make anything happen. We can, I agree with what was described a few days ago about this idea that people work in their self-interest. But we all know that that's bullshit at times. You don't work in your self-interest all the time. Because when emotion comes into it, the wiring changes in the way it functions.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section down below.